We as society need to see people of color running companies like the business council members. When you provide opportunities for people who are typically resourceful because they grew up with little, you open up a space for a lot of innovation. I love bringing great solutions to my clients, solutions that a lot of other people aren't thinking about.
Yeah, one of the things I'm trying to do now with my company is bring equity and inclusion to EV charging, because if you look at the vehicle electrification movement, it's been the wealthy Americans that have been able to afford the cars right now.
So one of the things that was instilled for me very early on, both witnessing my parents, my grandparents, is commitment to community. I always knew though I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but an entrepreneur running a business that has some level of a social good. One of the things in working with some of the largest companies in the world, they realize working with firms like Volt Energy Utility and other Green Business Council members is that we bring a different perspective.
I directly look back at how I got here. I look at how my mom was a sharecropper, how my dad was a tobacco farmer. I said, my mom farmed, my dad farmed, and I solar farmed. So I want to be that agent of change. And I see people of color, BIPOC folks, wanting to be an agent of those changes. So what I see in them is a possibility that a lot of people are not paying attention to.
The real opportunity in this market today is scaling minority-owned firms. We have to be big enough to compete for and win contracts that are large enough to have an impact. If you can figure out how to have that impact, you can really raise up large groups of people, right?
I discovered early on that I was very good in very uncertain environments. The more uncertain, the better. So I discovered early on my gift was understanding risk. And most of those risks today, it's all about climate change. What everybody agrees on is that in order to effectively combat the climate crisis, we need to accelerate the energy transition. In order to accelerate, you must reach the masses. And guess who the masses are? People of color, low-income communities.
If this country invested in Black and brown entrepreneurs, I really don't think we'd be in a climate crisis right now. We would be much further along in our transitioning to a clean energy economy. I think that the solutions would be more dynamic, would be more innovative, and would resonate to a much larger group of people.
Once I heard about some of the other executives that were coming on board,
You don't see a lot of people like us that come together in these spaces.
these are PhDs, on the leading edge of green technologies.
And that's what it is. It's bringing together 7 world-class businesses of color in the energy space to be able to really magnify our shared impact. The sum is greater than the parts.
Right.
Only in people coming together is that true, and I think we are living that in the Business Council.
What we can do with this council is limitless.